Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. Hope you all are having a great day. I want to show you something today that hopefully will make your life a little easier because you know all Louisiana dishes, at least a lot of the traditional dishes, always start with a roux, R-O-U-X. And basically all a roux is cooking flour. The original roux was flour and butter. Somebody decided, hey, let's cook it longer and see what happens. The longer you cook the flour, think of a slice of bread toasting the toaster. The longer it cooks, the more toasted taste it has. Butter and flour can get to a dark peanut butter color. Past that, butter's going to burn. So if we want to go past that, we need oil. Vegetable, canola, peanut, corn, safflower, sunflower seed, lard, all right, whatever you happen to have at home. I wouldn't use olive oil. Olive oil is a unique flavor. Cooked flour is a unique flavor, and they don't play well together. But, you know, as a kid, we always had opportunities when mom or grandmother was making a roux, it would burn. So they would never leave that stove. So you could do whatever you wanted to. So today, I want to show you something that might make your life a little easier. You know, think about gumbo. That dark, dirty color you see in gumbo looks like the Mississippi River water. That's from cooking flour and oil to a nice chocolate color. Now, I want to show you. All right, let me tell you this first. I'm preheating my oven at 350 degrees, okay? If you notice the flour I have here in a bowl, I have all-purpose flour, but can you see the difference in color of these two? All right? They're exactly the same thing. The only difference is this one I baked in the oven, all right? And I'll show you why. Set your oven on 350. If you want, you could do it at 375. I just grabbed a small sheet pan to show you. You don't want any more than 3 to 4 cups of flour, but if you notice, about 1 inch high, and you notice I have it at least a little bit away from the sides of the pan. As the flour cooks in the oven, the closer to the sides, the faster it'll cook, all right? So the only thing that happens is when this is in the oven, every 30, 40 minutes, I take a spatula, break it up, stir it around a little bit, and then pull it back away from the sides. Now, what's going to happen is the moisture is going to bake out of this flour. You're going to get some lumps in it. That's okay. Don't worry about it because you have to resift this before using it. But remember, we have to stand there cooking that flour when making a roux. If you bake your flour, oh, my cookie is normally in here with me while I'm doing this, but she had to go outside. She's at the door. So, wait. Hold that flour. Let me get our baby girl in. Come on, Cookie. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. There you go. All right. I'm sorry, gang. Here you go. Now you know we're live. She's back in. All right. The great thing about this, instead of making just a little bit of roux for one at a time, here you can make a lot of it. All right. Make a lot of it. The other thing about this roux, say you want it really dark for gumbo. Well, you bake it off for 2 hours. You can bake it off for 4 hours. You can always cook it to where it's darker. Now, let me set this over here, okay? Remember, 350-degree oven, every 30 to 40 minutes, take a spatula, break it up, stir it. The only thing you have to do to it is sift it. I just sift it, and you know what? I store it in a baggie. You can get an airtight container. You can get whatever you want, but I just keep it in a Ziploc, all right? This is good until I use it. However you treat your flour when you bring it home from the grocery store, that's what you do with this flour that's baked in the oven. And you notice how smooth it is? That's because I've sifted it, okay? But I'm going to show you how to use this. Look how smooth that is. No lumps at all. It's just sifted, all right? So I've started off sauteing a little onion, celery, green pepper, the Trinity. Of course, I had a little bit of garlic in here, and I put in a little extra butter. So normally, you'd stand there, make your roux, then you put in your Trinity, then you start adding stock to it to make that gravy. I'm going to make an etouffee, all right? Etouffee is smothered in the thick gravy served over rice. Because our flour is already cooked, we don't have to stand here and stir the roux. So I've sauteed the vegetables. Now I can put a little bit of our cooked flour in here. All right. Give that a nice quick stir. And I have a little chicken stock. When I start adding the chicken stock to this, you're going to see all we did was make gravy. That's all we did was make gravy. How thick or thin do you want it? How much liquid do you add to it? So let's get a little stock in. Remember, you can always add more. You can't take it out, all right? But as this heats up, I had it on a low fire, but as this heats up, look at the color of that. See how that's already changed colors? Because our flour was cooked in the oven. Look at that. Look how thick it is. A little more stock. And what's nice is, you know, normally with etouffee, you always hear about a crawfish etouffee or a shrimp etouffee. Well, I didn't have any shrimp. I didn't have any crawfish, but I did have a couple of pork chops. Remember, I did that big pork loin the other day. So I took some of that pork and chopped it up in cubes. And I'm going to make a pork etouffee. But look at this. All this is, you see how quick that was? Now you have a 10-second roux. All right? Now, this flour here, I cooked in the oven probably about 3.5 hours. You can see how dark this is. You can see the color of this, okay? Here, we can make a little more. Remember, you can always add to it to get to the texture that you want. Oh, baby, look at that. See? Look at that. Nothing but gravy. You also may have heard of a Canadian dish called a sauce piquante. A sauce piquante is very similar to this, except you would add tomato paste to this. And a sauce piquante was typically done with game because that tomato paste would take away the gaminess. So maybe you've heard of an alligator sauce piquante. You know? Oh, man, a sauce piquante is so good. But look at here. We're going to take our pork. Remember, all I did was cubed it. You can put a little seasoning on it if you want. I season this with our Creole seasoning, all right, as the vegetables were sauteing. Now, of course, if we were going to use seafood, shrimp and crawfish don't take long to cook. You can let the gravy part cook for a while so those flavors blend together. Then just basically throw your shrimp in just long enough to cook. Crawfish tails are already cooked. They just have to go in to reheat. So here, all I'm going to do with this, turn this down on a low fire, let it simmer. I'm going to add just a touch more stock. Remember, you can keep adding to it as you need it. But there we go. I'll let this simmer just real low for 20-30 minutes because we don't want that pork to dry out, all right? But just enough to get that pork cooked. But look how quick that is. So you can use this for any type of gravy you want. You can make a wonderful etouffee. So keep in mind, 350-degree oven, or if you're gonna watch it, you could go up to 375. Flour on a cookie sheet, just a plain cookie sheet, plain flour, just all-purpose flour. No higher than 1 inch thick. Keep it 1 inch away from the sides of the pans. Every 30 to 40 minutes, break it up with a spatula to stir it. Remember, before you use it, re-sift it. Use a little strainer, re-sift it, store it however you like. All right. Sometimes I'll put it in a plastic container, like one of those old plastic mayonnaise jars or something. Put a little mark in it, so when I know it gets down to a certain level, it's time to bake some more. But this way, you don't have to stand there making a roux, and this will keep until you use it, all right? So go ahead, bake yourself some flour. Now, I do have to tell you one little thing. The first time you cook this, it has like a dry, toasted smell, okay? It may be a smell that you're like, what in the world is going on? But it's like a dry toast smell to it. But I tell you what, gang, it is so worth that smell. So whether you want to bake it for 2 hours, if you want to bake it for 3.5, 4 hours, hey, it's great. It'll keep however you want to use it. So make yourself some etouffee. Just make yourself some gravy. And, have to say thank you. Everybody in sanitation. Of course, the policemen, the firemen, but you guys that working in stores, you guys that are delivering food, the truckers that are bringing deliveries to the grocery stores and all, and especially those folks that are restocking those shelves in the grocery stores. And of course, our doctors and nurses, we love y'all. We love y'all because of what y'all doing, all right? I love you guys. I hope to see you soon. I hope this helps. So for WWL, I'm Chef Kevin Belton. Have yourself a great day and be nice to each other.